YTDan Duel Links is brought to you by dank duelists like you. Become a YouTube member to never miss. What's going on, my boys? YTDan back again with another Duel Links video. And today we're going to be getting in there to talk about Future Horizons, my boys. It's the new box set of Yu-Gi-Oh! Duel Links, the new main box, the first box of the decade. So we're going to take a look at some of the cards in here, my boys, and just give you my basic first impressions. And also you can check out this UA deck that I have made for you guys. You can check out that gameplay and also take a look at the deck list, and we can jump right into it, my boys. So Future Horizon, my boys, light the spark that ignites the future with cyber dragons and super heavy samurais. And honestly, I would say that statement is only half true, because though it does offer super heavy samurais, I do not think super heavy samurais are going to be the big key card from this box set. I'll get more into that as we kind of go into this box a little more, but honestly, I really don't think that super heavy samurais are going to be the hitter. Honestly, I think the big hitter is going to be Stardust Spark Dragon. This card is the most powerful card in this box, for a good reason. This card says once per turn during either player's turn, you can target one face-up card you control, and once per turn during that turn, it cannot be destroyed by battle or card effects. So what's interesting about Stardust Spark Dragon is that it is the perfect turn one play. So just put this in your head for now and just remember this, because I might go back to this a couple times in this video. This is the type of meta where if you don't have a 1 to 2 card combo, you're pretty much gonna lose. Pretty much most of the combos here, like for example, Alistair and Invocation, Assault Mode, the Shiranui Monster, Shiranui Squire, all are 1 card combos that go into big synchros and big plays. So for example, with Assault Mode, you can go into Stardust Spark Dragon now on the first turn and have a guaranteed monster to stay on the field and be protected. It cannot be destroyed. It won't be removed unless you know, of course, they're playing Dark Lords or something like that, and they have some means of removing your monster without destroying it. So this makes this an awesome turn one play, and I really feel like this single card has the potential to change how Duel Links is played, especially if folks lean heavily into the Assault Mode synchro engine. I think that that's definitely something that could be possible. But from this box though, honestly, I've taken a look at the super heavy samurais. You know, they are making it mainstream to be able to attack through defense now. You know, we previously had that with the invocation for crit. So honestly, I would say like this card is pretty interesting. These concepts is pretty interesting, and I can see a lot of people making some pretty gimmicky decks or interesting decks or fun decks with this, but I don't think that this game is gonna completely and totally just destroy the entire meta. Or if it does get popular, people are just gonna start playing Red Dragon Archfiend a little more frequently, since he can just destroy all the cards in defense position. But anyway, I think that some of the best cards here that are definitely going to have impact on the meta is going to be, of course, Stardust Spark Dragon, and then maybe the Dark Magician, Dark Magical Circle. I think that that's definitely going to have a huge impact on the meta. The long story short on this box is, will this box change our current meta? I don't think there's anything necessarily that's going to change our current meta. We do have a strong tech card in this box with Artifact Lancia, and this card is, I don't want to say it's a staple, but it's pretty much it's pretty strong in terms of its effect. So during your opponent's turn, you contribute this card in your hand or face up on the field, and neither player can banish cards for the rest of the turn. So that in and of itself can stop a lot of decks and stop Shiranui. It can stop Invocation. It can stop a lot of decks. But because this one card can stop a lot of decks, will people play this like Cosmic Cyclone, like, you know, one in each deck? I'm not really sure, but I think that this card definitely has a lot of potential from this box. So yeah, a lot of potential. So Krebons is another card here that I think is going to be really important. Old school Yu-Gi-Oh, one of the first tuners to see a lot of play. This card says when it's targeted for an attack, you can pay 800 life points to negate the attack. As you can pay this as much as you have life points. So your opponent got 6 attacks on you for some reason, you got enough to pay for 806 times, you can do it. Krebons is going to be pretty much a crazy first turn play. And if you think about it, with a card like Krebons in your deck combined with Stardust Spark Dragon, that's going to be a big combination in terms of stall, allowing your opponent to gather resources turn over turn so that they can just drop it all on you in one swift turn. Now we do have, of course, these new Cyber Dragon cards. Cyber Dragon Core is definitely a very interesting card. It allows you to enable your Cyber Dragon combos to be more consistent. Pretty much, I would say, like, you know, of course, Cyber Dragon is what it is in terms of its place in the meta. You know, it's more of an OTK style deck and pretty gimmicky or a fun deck could be considered. Will this change how it's looked at? I'm not really sure, because like I mentioned, we are in a meta where only 1 or 2 cards are required to pull off a combo to some of the big synchro monster. And to play something like Chimera Tech Rampage Dragon, even though he can destroy back row in terms of the number of monsters you use to summon him, this card I don't really think is going to have that much impact on the meta, because everyone's playing Canadia and Floodgate now. So if people are playing Canadia and Floodgate at 3 and you're going to summon something to destroy back row equal to the number of cards used to summon it, and most of the time people only have 1 or 2 cards, those 1 or 2 cards are always Floodgate or Canadia. You know, you might run into that Rogue Wall of D, but personally it's Floodgate or Canadia. So I don't really think that this card is really going to impact or change the meta at all. And that's the only reason I really think that it's going to be more on Stardust Spark Dragon and cards like Krebons, because it's all about the first turn in this meta. You know, not, you know, going second in your first turn. I mean, who's going first? Who's making that first play? And on that first play is one of your only safe plays against Floodgate or Paleozoic Canadia. So personally, I really feel like, you know, if you don't have a strong turn 1 play, then you're pretty much out of here. You got to be able to either get your opponent to not attack you. So play Kaiba, set 1 card face down in turn. They don't want to attack into that Dragon Spirit. That Legendary Stone. Or, you know, put a big monster out and they just can't swing over it, or they can't destroy it. Now, a couple other cards we got. Giant Rat. Definitely glad that we got that. We're getting the whole recruiter situation in Duel Links set up. I think almost all the recruiters are here. Thunder Dragon Duo, definitely an interesting card. I think that you know, this is definitely the card that a lot of people ran one of in the TCG. So I would imagine you would run one or none of this card. So I mean, it's a pretty powerful card. It's pretty much a chaos monster. Banish 1 light, 1 dark. And you bring this card out, get really big, and pretty much it's like a game-ending boss monster style card. So I mean, yeah, I think that it's definitely something that could make a difference in Thunder Dragons, but is it going to really change the meta? Not 100% sure, but I think that it definitely will help Thunder Dragons out a lot. Another thing that I really like in this box is the Psy-Frame monsters. They have a lot of interesting combinations. Basically, hand traps with the new Psy-Frame monster that has been added. Psy-Frame Driver has been added to the deck. Well, not to the deck, to this box. So I think it's pretty interesting. And the most powerful card that is in this box, Leo Wizard. a wizard with a black mantle who is actually a talking lion in disguise. This is the card that is the chase card in this box, and we almost get 3 copies and surrender all of our credit card to Konami. But my boys, in the end, that's just my quick review on this. I think this is a decent box, not the type of box that you just want to throw all your cash in. I mean, honestly, you just really want one Stardust Spark Dragon. I feel like you want maybe 1 or 2 Krebon. And I think that's honestly it out of this box. I don't really see like a ton of things that I truly would want outside of being a YouTuber. Of course, you know, I want to get all the things. But I honestly feel like this would, if I was playing this box, if I was playing Duel Links and I wasn't doing YouTube, honestly, this probably would be a box I would skip. But I would try to make an effort to at least get one of these, because this card is worth it 100%. But that's my thoughts on this box, my boys. Let me know what you think in the comment section below. And as always, keep it dang.